One of my favorite ways to introduce myself on a call or just to kick off a good meeting is to say, yeah, it's insert day of the week. One of the best 7 days of the week. That's what I always say. Like on Monday calls, I'll be like, it's Monday. It's one of the top 7 days of the week. I'd be confident ranking it top 7. It always brings up the energy in the call. But if I had to pick one day that was the best day of the week, I think I would have to pick Sunday. Today's Sunday, March 29th, 2026, and Sundays are just awesome because if you can wake up, work all day, you pretty much just get maximum ahead of everybody else, but also like you get maximum focus with minimal distractions. Like Monday, tomorrow, I have 13 calls back to back to back to back. Lots of them are an hour long and some dense like onboarding, 90-minute team meetings, like some really big calls that are coming up because I naturally beefed up the Monday after long trip. I'm usually in for like a 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call day. But while I'm on those calls, there's going to be tons of messages flying. And if I weren't on calls, there'd be tons of messages flying while I'm trying to do work. And I'll know in the back of my head that there's all these messages flying. And then I'm going to have to just get onto my phone after a long day and just answer all these messages. But on Sunday, can sleep extra, which I got almost 10 hours of sleep last night. Awesome. And work all day and pretty much have no messages to answer afterwards. And even if there are some stuff, like I always try to have a clear inbox on, especially going into Monday and honestly every night, because I find that when you leave messages overnight, it kind of compounds in the psyche if they haven't been actioned, at least for me. But in order to get to inbox zero, it's much easier. And even if you are leaving messages, there kind of is like almost like an excuse to not answer. Like I will say like, oh, it's Sunday, but in reality, I'm just working all day. And one of the stories I made today has been doing pretty well. I've been getting some responses on it from people who have been watching, some likes on the story as per typical. But just that the business is not glam. Like it's not a big fancy production like many people seem and try and make it out to be. Most of it is, as I put on my story today on Instagram, is really just like sitting for me in my bedroom and just looking beat up in a tank top if you're in a warm state, hoodie if you're in a cool one, and just like, I haven't like showered since I got back and I've just been sitting here working. There's not anyone that I need to answer to. There's not anyone that I'm trying to impress other than younger me and older me. That's it. So it's important to just like understand that if you're getting into business, or like if you've been in business for a little bit and are wondering where like the glam is that you see online, like it doesn't fucking exist. Like none of the people who are glamming it up in the fancy cars and watches and really like flexing that, I would argue the people that are flexing it the most are the most insecure and are some of the people that I'd want to trade places with the least. Like I don't want to trade places with anybody, but the people who really like flaunt and flex are the ones that I'd probably want to trade places with the least. I think the coolest like baller entrepreneurs are the ones that drive a Toyota fucking Prius. Like that's what I think the coolest ones are. Either way, it's not really what I want to get into today, but we're back on the whiteboard after a long trip. Sunday, March 29th, 7:30 wake up after going to sleep around 9:45. So almost 10 hours of sleep, which is really good and will prep us nicely for this week. And we're starting off on the right foot. I learned after the Hawaii trip, I'd pushed the bedtime back because I wasn't tired, and I'd pushed the wake ups later because I was tired in the morning because I couldn't wake up at like 6 or whatever. But we're pushing the bedtime and we're hitting it nicely. It's 8:29 right now. I'll be done with this. This is the last thing I had to do, just upload this video, stretch out the IT band. Well, not actually stretch the IT band, but stretch the muscles that affect the IT band, and then go to bed, so we should get to sleep, or at least be in bed reading by 9. And then if we want to wake up at 6, we get an incredible amount of sleep. But I haven't set the exact wake up time for tomorrow. That'll be one of the last things I do. So got the 5 reach outs in. We're back and making that happen. Lots of birthdays today that I was finding on Instagram. So a lot of them were birthday messages. And then I would imagine starting next week, the reach outs will start to get more tailored as we catch up on tasks. Like this week is going to be massive in terms of just catching up on tasks that had piled up. I was not only just like pushing calls to tomorrow, I was pushing a lot of tasks this week as well, because this past couple weeks traveling were pretty insane. I wanted to be able to come back into here and like snap back into it, as opposed to taking longer to like get back into the groove. And I think we've done that pretty well, at least in terms of like a sleeping circadian rhythm thing. No workout just yet, but we're doing some more tailored, targeted like IT band strengthening and load training with our coach. So I'm excited to continue doing those. We should be getting back into the running within the next 2 weeks. I'm also not like, I've been very much like not hesitant to get back into it, but like it's not number one on my priority list. We have so much on our plate for business right now, and there's huge opportunities in front of us. Like, I'm cool with putting running on the back burner for a little bit while we just go balls to the wall and get through this growth phase where we're making some key hires, getting people past critical mass, if you will, both on the client side and on the team side, mostly on the team side, of just people who are on board on the team, getting them past what I would call critical mass, which is basically like once they get past a certain point, they can really start to like mass produce on the team without needing my help. So it's like you get them to critical mass by pouring a lot in, and then once they get past that point, it's incredible. And obviously still gotta manage and motivate, but I care about getting them to that point right now, and then also actioning our rocks and then critical tasks from the acquisition VAM workshop that I was talking a little bit about yesterday. Deep work today was incredible. We got so much done. We did our scriptwriter onboarding. This is our first proper scriptwriter onboarding. We hired a scriptwriter. He accepted the offer today, sent it out this morning, gave him the onboarding bundle, and deployed the skill transfer framework that I learned from VAM that I talked about on yesterday's video. So that's really good. So he'll be onboarded this week and next. We'll get him up to speed. Really excited for that. Built out our sales process, completed one of the rocks for the quarter, which is just like having a proper sales process, which I think is a really big step up from what we've been doing before. It's really just been like people get on calls and we'll just kind of like chat. Now we've broken it up into a couple different processes. So like I'll get put in a lot of group chats and get put on a lot of calls for like, referrals and stuff like that. So like having that level of discovery meeting where we give some value, just figure out if it's even a fit. And then if it is, jumping onto that like longer hour call where we're doing not necessarily like a full presentation, but like I'm researching a little bit more before that call, doing much more like research and studying and coming up with an action plan for the client. And then it's because they're qualified. And then if not qualified or if it's not a fit, then they just join our free school group. So we built out that process, built out the 80-20 of our newest onboarding process for clients. This has been something that we've been iterating over the years, continues to get better. Onboarding 3 new clients, like onboarding over the next 2 days. So that was something that I think was really important to take a look at. And then also just prep for a good week. So like the tasks that need to get done tomorrow morning, tasks need to get done Tuesday morning, prep for the Monday calls, prep for the Tuesday calls, and then just aggregate all of the tasks that we have for the rest of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, I'll probably just be like sloshing through the mud of tasks and onboarding a scriptwriter. But yeah, so really, really strong day. I give it a solid ranking. I think I wouldn't give it a 10. I don't know if I'd ever give any day a 10, but I'd almost go as far as to say a 9. Yeah, because hit the wall, ate a meal, and then after the meal, started to get to work again. Inbox is cleared, big projects moved forward, rock completed, slept a lot, and didn't overstay up tonight because it's 8:33 right now. So yeah, overall super happy with today. Lessons and notes. One of the big things I've been thinking about a lot is like, don't just build for building's sake, but build in a way that actually benefits the business. Now, I think that there's definitely like phases to this. Like first in business, you want to like actually generate demand and like start accepting money. And then it gets to a point where it's like, okay, if we're just accepting demand to accept demand and we're doing all of this like random stuff that doesn't serve us, we're just going to spread the team really thin. We're going to spread our bandwidth really thin, and we can't build a proper process. So lately I've been really thinking about building in a way that actually benefits the business instead of building for building's sake. What that looks like for us is having a couple offers, having like the one core flyout offer and then a downsell that people must qualify for that downsell. So it's only 1 or 2 things that we could do, not anything else. So that's one. And then number 2 is just like monitoring the self-talk. I was really happy today. I had gotten out of, it was like 5 p.m. and I'd gotten out of a long like work session. And I remember saying like, yeah, we're in a really good spot. Like, yeah, good work today. And it was just like natural. I wasn't like trying to have positive self-talk. It was just like positive self-talk that was just coming out. And I didn't interact with anybody today. There were like no calls. I said hi to a couple of neighbors when I was out on a walk, but like that was about it. So yeah, that was one thing I was just really happy about and wanted to take a minute and reflect on. It's just like positive self-talk. Because I'd realized that had become natural, and like thinking back on the last couple of days and just like talking with team and just overall, I think the self-talk has been really positive. So something that was definitely took some work, and I think it's useful. So that's what I got for you today. Happy Sunday. Hope you got ahead today. If not, you got another week coming up right now. Attack the Monday. It starts the night before, and then we attack throughout the week. See you tomorrow.